Well, the dating roaches are back at it again. And what's even and the irony of the situation is that Mgtow brothers, Red Pill, and all men alike, weren't these the same dating roaches who called themselves trying to pick a fight with Mgtows and Red Pills? And stay tuned because these same dating roaches who wants to pick a fight with us are now turning around and trying to play the victim. Yeah, the same ones who wants to call out Mgtows and Red Pills are now the same dating coaches playing the damsels in distress. But need a reminder who chose to pick a fight with Mgtow and Red Pill. And before I go even further, yep, it's me again. They hate us. This is why they stay making videos, giving a fuck about us at the same time. I am your host, JD Miles. The Mgtows, they love to hate. Even the ones that claim that everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate Mgtow at the same time, which is why they keep us relevant to this day, and we're back again. So let's hear these dating roaches talk their shit while play the victim at the same time, and watch me destroy them both at once. Let's get started.
I'm hosting the Maxim party. I'm hosting Swimsuit USA. I'm hosting this huge influencer party in August, and it's only because of the women that I'm friends with. Can you talk about how you having female friends was led us? It's funny because the Red Pill guys believe in pre-selection, but don't believe in female friends, which doesn't make any sense to me.
I wonder why it doesn't make any sense to you, Michael. Oh, could it be that these women put all these men in the friend zone, expected them to take care of them while they go fuck other men like you, Michael? And it's not just the Red Pills, and it's not just the Red Pills either, Michael. What made you come up with that idea? No, Michael, it's not just the Red Pills. It's all men in general. But this is what happens when they get friend zoned. After that, they don't want no other female friends unless it's a female that they grew up with and look more and is more like a sibling to them than anything. Does that answer your question? But let's continue.
Can you go into that?
Dude, I mean, like, I went over this in another podcast recently. Like, the whole Red Pill origin came from the PUA hate threads, which was an anti-pickup thread, which came from...
Oh my God, I'm a victim. We're victims here because the Red Pill came from the PUA hate group. Okay, stop the cap, you retarded fuck-ass dating roach. And why are you trying to play the victim? No. The Red Pill did not come from the PUA hate group. In fact, let me go ahead and tell you plain and simple. It all started when you pickup artists decided to go after the Red Pill. The Red Pill saw y'all videos of y'all trying to go at them to prove to the whole entire world that you're just manly men. Yes, that's exactly what happened. And now that the Red Pills are clapping right back on you retarded fuck-ass dating coaches, now all of us and pickup artists, now all of a sudden you want to claim that the Red Pill came from the PUA hate group. Wow, you're a victim. So basically, you want to start fights with the Red Pills and the Mgtows, and now y'all crying like little bitches because those same Mgtows and Red Pills decided to fight y'all right back. But let's continue more with the crying and bitching.
Old Barry Kirky forums, and like that's the same kind of crowd. Now, obviously it's cycled through, but those ideologies, I always told people there are two sides to pick up. There's a good side and a bad side, and most people aren't aware there's two sides. So I used to hate it because people would say Adam's a pickup.
Then why we don't hear y'all talking about it? Even you clearly stated that no one talks about it. Oh, there's a good side and there's a bad side. And if you known about this, then why didn't you talk about it? Why everybody is hearing about this good side and bad side to PUAs up until now? Can he answer that question? I doubt it.
I'd be like, kind of, but not really. Like, while other people are talking about trying to go out and get laid, I was talking about making genuine connections with women and helping them have sex with you. And that was easier and better, and I preferred it, and I felt like a good person at the end.
The difference being?
So, there's always been two sides. What happened is somewhere down the line, it splintered really badly. And I believe that the turning point was the Barry Kirky show, which is neither here nor there. The point is, the red pillars are what we would have called back in the day the keyboard jockeys, the ones who understand the theory because they've read it, but haven't actually gone out to apply it to realize that there are real life ramifications and things you...
Notice how he tries so hard. Notice how he's trying so hard to cope. Oh, the red pills was keyboard junkies back then. Oh, so there weren't any red pillars who were in relationships at one point, some that were married at one point, even some with children from their marriages before they got divorced. According to this dating roach, all those red pillars were keyboard junkies back then. You gotta love how hard these dating roaches try so hard to maintain their victim status. But let's continue.
Must do in order to make it work, and they'd rather just hate on it than accept that.
Yeah, I think there's...
Because look who decided to hate on the red pill. And keep in mind, the red pill community wasn't fucking with you PUAs and dating coaches. No, they weren't. Y'all chose to go after them because y'all retarded fucks believe y'all had something to prove. Oh, that's right. Y'all believe that y'all have to prove to the world that y'all so manly and everyone else wasn't shit. So it's no surprise you got this clown in front of his camera trying to pretend like he's the victim of all this shit, even though these were the same ones, the same PUAs, the same dating coaches who call themselves attacking both Red Pill and Mgtow to prove to the world that they're manly men and how they could get women and shit. So, of course, their victim card is null and void in this matter. But let's continue.
One further step, it's the mechanism and the magnitude. What I think has happened is, like, whereas you and I would understand concepts of evolutionary psychology, like the book behind me, one of the concepts might be women prefer taller men versus shorter, or women prefer men who can gain more resources than men who cannot. The thing is, while we know that to be true, there's scientific surveys that clearly show this to be true. That is not now justification to hate women. This is where I think you and I would separate from a lot of those people. They're like, well, the world is this way, therefore I hate women, therefore incels, Mgtow, and things like that exist. And
so basically what Michael here is trying to say that Mgtows hate women, in which, of course, this argument is completely retarded as fuck. Why? Hey, Michael, you say Mgtows hate women. Do you have any proof or evidence of any Mgtows openly stating that they hate women? No. This bullshit is coming straight out of your mouth, not theirs. And I don't recall a single Mgtow telling you to speak upon their behalf, let alone put words in their mouth. That's right. That's right, Mike. That's right, Michael. You say Mgtows hate women. And only you and the rest of the Mgtow hating retarded fucks out there are making these claims, but yet y'all show no evidence of a single Mgtow saying that they hate women. Not once. So, would y'all like to continue on with this bullshit? And by the way, you dating roaches and PUAs, y'all ain't simps neither. Y'all ain't saints neither. Because if that was the case, then how come you got females out there looking at y'all motherfuckers as misogynists as well as the red pills and Mgtows? Can Michael answer that question? I doubt it. But let's continue.
My standpoint is like, well, if this is the way women, if these are the things women are attracted to, then these are the things we should probably be doing.
Well, yeah, but and this is the thing. There's so much more than that, right? Like I said, we've trained 300,000 guys.
Yeah,
I've trained guys who are rich, who are tall, and not getting any results. And the incellers, I guess, would hate them too because they're like, well, you've got all the resources. Because it.
Now notice that he just debunked his own damn self. Oh, I trained rich guys that got it all and still came out to be absolute failures. Thus proving my point about what I said about these PUAs and dating coaches. They want to go around pretending like, oh, their teachings, their books, their teachings that men have to pay money for is going to help them get women, help them get laid. Come to find out that their teachings is not going to help all men. Again, shout out to Alan Roger Curry, one of the truest dating coaches that were out there during his time. Because at least he was honest when he said that his teachings is not going to help all men in this situation. Compared to these PUAs and dating coaches like these fools who wants to have that belief that, oh, my teachings, our books, and all this other shit that you got to pay money for, this is going to help you get women. Well, he just completely debunked his entire theory by making that statement. Thank you for letting us all know. Let's continue.
Breaks that theory because, yes, there is a benefit to being able to have resources and height, but that's not a requirement. And it also isn't the...
Then why... Oh, my God, no other pause. Then why are the women out here saying differently? No, you say that height is not a factor. These women are saying that you're bullshitting. And yeah, some of us Mgtows and red pills, we keep our ears on the streets. We hear what these females are saying, as well as we see what is going on. Would you like to continue on with the bullshit? Let's continue.
Only factor.
Yeah.
There are so many triggers of attraction and so many factors that build into it. And most people just don't grasp the whole fucking picture. And because they don't get that whole picture, they don't understand. And they'll argue on a very specific point. Like, I got into, not an argument, but it was on another podcast the other day where I was like, yeah, my success rate's like about 100%. Like, and the guy's like, no way. And I was like, it is. But you got to understand, I don't consider the game stop.
Maybe because you're on those sites saying that your success rate is 100%. And I must say this too. We are now in the day and age where words clearly don't mean shit anymore. And I'm going to keep it 100. Words don't mean shit anymore unless you're showing them that your actions can back up your words. I'm being brutally honest here. Because at this point, people can say anything and everything to make themselves out to be a living success story. And then further down the road, everybody then come to the reality that everything that they say is complete and utter bullshit. That's the reason why they're not taking you seriously. And yes, I know it makes you feel a certain kind of way, PUA, but let's continue.
Until I've already got to know her.
Yeah.
I don't look at a random person in the street and be like, that one. And he's like, well, that's not 100%. I was like, who would? She could be crazy. I've dated those women before and been terrified. how do you know she doesn't have an STD? There's so much wrong with I'm going to point and choose, which was like the old school mystery method concept, like way back in the day. So when I started refining it and saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So like the point that I tend to decide is after I've spoken to somebody for about half an hour.
Yeah.
If I've had a chat.
Okay, I need to skip ahead because I can't deal with just constant chattering here. Let's get to the next point, shall we?
The argument I gave is if I go into a bar and I want the hottest girl and I don't know anyone in the bar, I have no pre-selection, the best chance to get the hottest girl is to talk to about 4 or 5 other women first and build pre-selection. When I take somebody home to score 100%, do I also have to sleep with the 4 or 5 others that I used to talk to the one? Is that considered a failure?
It's so interesting, dude, because you probably seen them.
Now, here's where it all falls down, because the advice that he says actually got one man Me Too'd. And I doubt these PUAs and dating coaches know about this because they don't warn men about these types of dangers that can happen. And yes, one man who listened to PUAs and the dating coaches took their advice, go to the club, talk to all these women until one of the women that he was talking to hit him with a sexual assault charge. And this is where the PUAs and dating coaches don't tell men about this. Oh, you just go out there, just give women that type of shit. They don't warn them about what would happen to them if these women turn right back around and get their asses in trouble. No, they don't think about that shit. And keep in mind, to all you dating coaches and PUAs out there, we are still living in the times of the Me Too movement. And yes, a woman can sit there and say that you assaulted her, you raped her, or you physically abused her. But what do y'all care? Y'all too focused on getting on women. Y'all don't stop to think about that shit. But let's continue.
Social media, I have pictures with 50, 60 girls. And do you guys really think I'm sleeping with all of them? And even Bilzerian is like, dude, I take these group pictures. No, I'm not sleeping with all these girls. What's happened is, in Dan's position, he used to have Bianca Gezi, and now he's got Masha Diduk.
So what Michael's saying here is all those photos that these dating coaches be posting on social media is all cap. Well, clearly that's exactly what he's saying. You think I take pictures with all these women? That means I sleep with all of them? No, you only sleep with one. You only sleep with one of those women. But y'all dating roaches take these photos with all these women trying to make it seem like you're sleeping with them all. That's how the public sees it. Yes, Michael, you're only seeing it as, you only just sleeping with one. But how does the public look at that? Like you sleep with them all. So can you blame the public for having that type of thought? And furthermore, thanks for letting us know that it's all cap. But let's continue.
Girls who are friends of his, they actually recruit girls to come to the parties, Ignite parties. And I'm one of the recruiters also for those. Same thing for the Maxim parties and stuff like that. These are girls that you're friends with that actually help you meet more people, not just other women. By the way, there's several billionaires that I've met because I have some female friends that are these girls are incredible networkers and the incredible business people. In fact, the woman who taught me how to trade, who was getting 56% returns from her hedge fund, she's a 60-year-old woman who I'm friends with. You better believe, as much money as she's made me, you better believe I'm friends with her. This is a problem that a lot of dudes have, is they legitimately think that they cannot be friends with women. And this is a problem because you're cutting yourself off from any cold approach is arithmetic. Social circle is geometric, right?
Or maybe because these men are tired of being in the friend zone. And by the way, Michael, something else you should also know. And while these men are in the friend zone, you think these females out there are introducing these men to other women? No. Maybe in your circle, yes. But out here in the real world, no. Why would they give the dudes in the friend zones away when they can use these dudes to get everything they need? I don't know what world Michael lives in, but in the real world, this is how it happens. So no, Michael, you can't compare the women in your circle to the women out in the real world. Or did you forget? Not all women think the same. And you wonder why men have a problem. Men don't want females as friends. I don't even think he even knows the psychological level of that type of torment. I mean, there's a reason why these females put these dudes in the friend zone, have them take care of all their needs and not get nothing back in return. And get this, Michael, the moment they find someone, they're going to get into a relationship, they get married, all those dudes in the friend zone turn right back around and leaves them. And then they want to cry about why the men they left in the friend zone, up and walked away. That doesn't sound like a woman who is willing to go out of her way and hook these dudes up with other females. They were only in the friend zone to be her benefit. I hope I ain't losing you. I hope I'm not losing you yet, Michael. But let's continue.
To it, and that's one of the main things that I see different. Here's another thing I wanted to point out: when you have those guys who are like incels, Mgtow guys, they're angry when it is a guy who they call a Chad, right? Who has the status or has the good looks or has the resources. They're even more angry when you show a guy who's 5'1" who gets girls. Because
okay, now that is an obvious reach and a cap. And why would MGTOWs be angry at Chad for? Huh? Can Michael answer that question? Or is this him reaching for the stars in order to play like, these MGTOWs attack us for no reason? Keep in mind, Michael, it was you same dating coaches who decided to pick a fight with Mgtow. The same dating coaches who picked a fight with Red Pill, and now y'all crying victim, all because the MGTOWs and the Red Pills are clapping right back on y'all. In fact, some of your clients who used to take y'all teachings, both yours and PUA teachings, Michael, why did they jump ship? Why did they defect and join the MGTOWs and join the Red Pills? Because it's clear to see that your teachings ain't helping them. And they wasted all their money for nothing. I see why y'all want to play the victim now. But let's continue.
Because you're attacking their religion. When you actually show them, hey, you know...
By your own definition, Michael? So according to Michael, this is our religion, right? Okay, where's our temples? And who are we worshiping? But then again, by your same logic, Michael, how do we know that nobody's worshiping you? Aren't dating coaches like you are online expecting for these other men to sit back and worship your own life, worship your lifestyle and your teachings? This is your logic, Michael, not ours. So basically, you yourself is your own religion, if you want to take it to that level, while trying to claim that we're attacking their religion, but you yourself is your own religion because you want people to sit back and worship you. Yeah, I think so, right? Let's continue.
thing you said about looks, money, status, I'm not saying it doesn't help, but here's a guy who didn't have any of those things and he's incredibly successful. And I show pictures and they're like, the pictures are photoshopped. You obviously paid all those girls, and then they're fucking angry at you because you're attacked, like their life.
And notice that Michael don't show any evidence backing up his claims and his argument. Oh, I show pictures of this person. They saying that it's Photoshop. They saying it's Photoshop. You paid all these women. Okay, so where's the evidence to that, Michael? Or is this you running your mouth? Again, we are living in a time where nobody ain't trying to just hear words. They want to see the facts. And unless you present those facts, Michael, then what you're saying is absolute bullshit until you show the evidence. And while I'm still on this matter, why do you think this shit is happening to you, Michael, and other dating coaches like you? Oh, it can't be because, I don't know. Y'all decided out the blue to attack Mgtows and red pills, trying to prove to the whole entire world that you are a man. And now you're on your podcast playing the victim because those same Mgtows and red pills y'all decided to go after to prove your manliness to the world are now the same Mgtows and red pills who are bringing the fight back to y'all. Oh, did I fail to mention the whole entire shit was unwarranted and unprovoked? But now you, Michael, and other dating roaches like you, now y'all want to play the victim over something that y'all decided to kick off. Stop being the victim, Michael, and that's all I'm going to say on this matter. I'm done, and I'm out this bitch. Later. Oh, and Michael, if you want to challenge, you will come to the right one for this one. And I'm out this bitch. Later.